Hello, welcome to the Knowledge Hunt. Today we are going to take a ride of Singapore, also known as Port of Call, and in this video we will also see some tourist attractions of Singapore. Singapore has emerged as one of the world's most prosperous countries. It's a financial center, an achievement in urban planning, and serves as a model for developing nations. It's also one of our most popular travel destinations. Singapore's national anthem is in microtext on the back of their $1,000 note. Singapore is one of only 3 surviving city-states in the world. The other 2 are Monaco and the Vatican City. Sang Nila Utama, a prince from Palembang, saw a creature he thought was a lion and named the island Singapura, which means Lion City in Sanskrit. However, there have never been lions outside of captivity in Singapore. In addition to its main island, the nation of Singapore includes 63 additional islands, most of which are uninhabited. Singapore is among the 20 smallest countries in the world, with a total land area of only 682.7 square kilometers. The United States is about 15,000 times bigger. The red of Singapore's flag represents universal brotherhood and equality of man, while the white symbolizes purity and virtue. The crescent moon stands for a young nation on the rise, and the 5 stars signify the ideals of democracy, peace, progress, justice and equality. Singapore's Bukit Timah Nature Reserve holds more species of trees than the entire North American continent. Buildings in Singapore cannot be higher than 280 meters. Currently, there are 3 buildings of that height: Obe Center, UOB Plaza and Republic Plaza. The Guinness Book record for the longest human domino chain was set in Singapore on September 30, 2000. It was formed by 9,234 students and measured 4.2 kilometers. 27. Singapore has more than 3,000 kilometers of roads. Stretched out end to end, they would cover the distance from Singapore to Hong Kong. The national language of Singapore is Malay. The 4 official languages of the country are English, Chinese, Tamil, and Malay. Singapore 2020 population is estimated at 5,850,342 people at mid-year according to UN data. Singapore population is equivalent to 0.08% of the total world population. Singapore has, according to UNESCO, an adult literacy rate of 97.34%, while the male literacy rate is 98.85%, for females is 95.92%. In contrast with other neighboring states, is number 50 degrees in the ranking of literacy rate. The life expectancy for Singapore in 2020 was 83.66 years, a 0.16% increase from 2019.
Singapore's Night Safari provides a nocturnal experience like no other in the city. It's also the world's very first night zoo. Opened in 1994. The 35-hectare park features over 1,000 animals in their naturalistic nighttime environments. Hop onto the 40-minute tram ride for an overview of the park's main attractions. Be sure to amble along the 4 interlinked walking trails within the park, for a zoo trip like no other.
According to the Wildlife Reserve Singapore, the first man-made waterfall was built at Jurong Bird Park in 1971. Dropping from a height of 30 meters, it is said to be the tallest waterfall in an aviary to date. That's not all. You'll also find new summits to explore at the Cloud Forest Gardens by the Bay. A huge, 35-meter waterfall is the centerpiece of the Misty Conservatory, designed to house plant life from the tropical highlands. No trip to Singapore is complete without a visit to the world's tallest indoor waterfall. Housed in the retail and lifestyle complex of Jewel Changi Airport, the HSBC Rain Vortex soars at 40 meters, and is surrounded by a lush indoor garden. Held annually since 2008, Grand Prix season Singapore features a gamut of concerts, racing and entertainment activities, for Formula One fans and visitors of all ages. The star event, the Formula One Singapore Grand Prix, also made racing history as the world's first ever Formula One night race. The twisty Marina Bay Street circuit has largely remained unchanged in the years since. The track's brightly lit floodlights also add to the spectacular night views of Singapore. According to Formula One, the Marina Bay Street circuit also boasts more corners, 23 in all, than any other circuits on the Formula One race calendar. This city of skyscrapers is also one that is filled with lush greenery. Nearly half of Singapore's land area, approximately 700 square kilometers, is under green cover. Beyond numerous parks and gardens, there are pockets of undiscovered plant life housed in the most unusual of places. For example, Park Royal Lawn Pickering is known for its hotel in a garden concept and its 4-story cascading vertical garden. That's not all. There's rich biodiversity in nature reserves, too. Singapore is home to over 2,100 native vascular plant species. The Bukit Timah Nature Reserve in particular, is said to contain more tree species in a single hectare than the total number of tree species found in North America.
Lauded as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2015, the Singapore Botanic Gardens has a history of over 150 years since its founding in 1859, that's more than a century older than modern Singapore itself. Its most popular attraction is the National Orchid Garden, which houses thousands of orchid species known as very important plants, VIPs. Over 200 hybrid orchids in this garden have been affectionately named after visiting foreign dignitaries such as Nelson Mandela, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, as well as celebrities like actors Jackie Chan, Jo Sheung and Bae Yong Joon. Another fun fact: Singapore's first botanic garden opened in 1822, on the slopes of the area now known as Fort Canning Hill. Measuring just 19 hectares, the garden closed in 1829 due to rising costs. Its land was then used for various public projects, including an Armenian church, a school and a hospital.
Besides the history-rich hotspots of Chinatown, Kampong Glam, and Little India, there are more colorful enclaves for visitors to explore in Singapore. You'll find rows of hip eateries and stores along the Art Deco-style buildings of Tiong Bahru, as well as colorful shophouses and traditional food stalls in Yeo Shiat/Kit Tong. More up-and-coming neighborhoods include Everton Park, which is home to coffee joints, cafes, ice cream parlors and other must-try foodie hotspots.
Tourism in Singapore is a major industry and contributor to the Singaporean economy, attracting more than 19.1 million international tourists in 2019, more than 3 times Singapore's total population. 2. It is also environmentally friendly, and maintains natural and heritage conservation programs. Along with this, it also has one of the world's lowest crime rates. As English is the dominant one of its 4 official languages, it is generally easier for tourists to understand when speaking to the local population of the country as a lingua franca. For example, when dining and shopping. Transport in Singapore exhaustively covers most, if not all, public venues in Singapore, which increases convenience for tourists. This includes the well-known Mass Rapid Transit (MRT) system. Singapore is the 5th most visited city in the world, and 2nd in Asia Pacific.
The Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Report in 2017 ranked Singapore 13th out of 136 countries overall in the world, which was the 2nd best country in Asia, only behind Japan. The report ranks Singapore's business environment, international openness, also travel and tourism policy and enabling conditions as the best in the world, ranked first.
The Orchard Road district, which is dominated by multi-story shopping centers and hotels, can be considered the center of tourism in Singapore. Other popular tourist attractions include the Singapore Zoo, River Safari and Night Safari, which allows people to explore Asian, African and American habitats at night without any visible barriers between guests and the wild animals. The Singapore Zoo has embraced the open zoo concept, whereby animals are kept in enclosures, separated from visitors by hidden dry or wet moats, instead of caging the animals, while the River Safari features 10 different ecosystems around the world, including the River Nile, Yangtze River, Mississippi, Amazon as well as the tundra, and has 300 species of animals, including numerous endangered species.
Jurong Bird Park is another zoological garden centered on birds, which is dedicated towards exposing the public to as much species and varieties of birds from around the world as possible, including a flock of 1,000 flamingos. The tourist island of Sentosa, which attracted 19 million visitors in 2011, is located in the south of Singapore, consists of about 20 to 30 landmarks, such as Fort Siloso, which was built as a fortress to defend against the Japanese during World War II. Guns from the World War II era can be seen at Fort Siloso, from a mini size to a 16-pound, 7 kilograms, gun. Moreover, the island also consists of the Sentosa Luge, a small 1 or 2 person sled on which one slays supine and feet first. Steering is done by shifting the weight or pulling straps attached to the sled's runners. Among the latest tourist attractions built in Singapore includes the 2 integrated resorts which houses casinos, namely Marina Bay Sands and Resorts World Sentosa, a Universal Studios theme park, Gardens by the Bay and Jewel Changi Airport.
Please do subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. If you like this video, hit a like for this video.